All right, so welcome. So as you're coming in, if you're just coming in, I'll say this again and then I'll say it after kind of our beginning meditation. If you can, grab a little throw blanket and maybe a pillow or two, or if you just happen to have a yoga bolster, you could grab that as well. Have those things over to the side, and I'll say that again after kind of this beginning, just in case some more people join us. So after you kind of grabbed those supplies, the blanket and pillows, just begin to let yourself move a little bit. In any way that feels good to you, whatever it takes for you to just kind of shake your day off. Wednesdays are probably my busiest day. I feel like I go the longest, and I teach at like 3 different places on Wednesdays, so I'm with you. I need a little yin by Wednesday evening. So taking a bit of time, just settling in. Sometimes we've got to shake around a little bit. Having a bit of a thunderstorm here in Austin, Texas, so you might hear some rumbles of thunder. I'm hoping that our internet stays good. It doesn't seem really bad out there. I'm hoping it means a little bit cooler weather because it has been really, really warm. And as you begin to find that stillness, sitting with it a few moments, just noticing how it feels to be still. Try to be as still as you can for a few breaths. And notice that. You probably don't take a lot of time to just be still. And then noticing the quiet, perhaps. You may or may not have quiet around you. My family is very quiet right now. Don't expect that to necessarily stay. But whatever you can get, take a moment and just notice it. And then bring your awareness into your actual physical body. And just with your internal body awareness, kind of noticing, do you feel even? Do you feel a little off? Like I am feeling a little tighter down one side than the other. Very typical for me. Just really kind of noticing the alignment of your body, any tension, any areas of soreness, if you've been doing that arm farm. Then notice how your thoughts have really kind of changed. They've turned inward, and you're hopefully feeling a little more present. Try to hold on to that throughout class. Of course, we are human, and every day is a little bit different, and our mind may wander. It may get stuck on various things throughout this next bit of time, but just when you notice that happen, acknowledge, and then just pulling back into this present moment. So being mindful, being meditative is not an emptiness of, oh my goodness, there's absolutely no thought in my mind. It's just trying to stay present with your thoughts and being mindful of them. And then noticing if you kind of continue to get caught up in thought patterns, especially if they're negative or non-serving. And learning how to just exhale that away. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let those hands just release to your sides for a moment. And then on that inhale, reach those arms up overhead. We're going to interlace here today. Open the palms towards the ceiling. Taking this nice long stretch. And then on your exhale, bringing those hands down to your heart. Here's that point in time. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Positive affirmations. If you can't think of anything specific, that's okay. I just simply want you to just think, I'm proud of me. Right? I love myself. I am worthy. Just give yourself some of that. When you're ready, release the hands and let your eyes open. Welcome, everybody. So as I stated in the beginning, some of you aren't quite in yet, so no worries. We are going to spend most of the time down on the ground. And I invite you, even if it means you've got to go get something. Now, if you don't want to, you don't have to, of course. But if you want to grab a little throw blanket, we're going to use that to bring underneath our neck for a little extra support tonight. And then either a couple of pillows, or if you happen to own a yoga bolster, they're super awesome. It's just a little bit of a thick pillow. You can find them on Amazon. But regular pillows work as well. And what we're going to do is we come down to the ground, just going to have your things where you can reach them. And we'll play with where it feels best to us. So the first thing we're going to do is take the blanket and roll it a couple of times so you have like this little neck roll. And sometimes you have to kind of hold on to it depending on what kind of blanket you have as you lay down, and just adjust that roll right underneath your neck. Now I'm going to have to take this hair out, and it is going to look really wild and crazy, but that's okay because we're going to be laying down here. So make this nice little roll for your neck. Support the neck. Nice. And then just have your pillows and stuff nearby where we can grab them in just a little bit, but we'll come to those in a few moments. So once you have your neck in place, we're just going to hug our knees into our chest. And then just celebrate this time of lying on the earth. Not having to even support your body weight, really. Just let the back release. Taking this moment in appreciation. You could always hold behind your knees too if that felt better. And you can simply just have your feet on the ground and the knees towards the ceiling. I just want you to find a place that feels pretty good to you. I'm taking a little bit of time to just let that awesomeness sink in. Maybe yawn. My body knows it's like yin time means wind down for the daytime. Start yawning. And then from here, let's bring those feet down to the ground and then just lengthen long. So reaching your arms one way, your feet the other way. You'll notice that we're not trying to let our hands touch the ground here. We're just kind of that shifting, reaching. So getting a little bit of stretch through each side body. I really feel that down right below my rib cage and toward that IT band. Comes up and attaches onto the hip. Nice. And then let your legs settle in here long. Rotate your hands so the palm is facing up, back of your hands is facing down. And then let gravity just gently pull the back of the hands down to the mat behind you. So if you are using this little roll under your neck, your top of your arm is resting on that. And so as the back of the hands lower, that gives you a little bit more opening in your arms, your shoulders. Feel free to let your elbows bend out to the side if they need to. And again, just taking in the ease. And so we are not trying to really push any of these poses tonight into any type of maximum position end range. We are letting that body subtly open. Just a little bit of help of gravity. If you want a little more stretch around the shoulders, just try to straighten the elbows. And let the backs of the fingers rest on the earth. But I don't want you to take it so far that your breathing feels really affected. You feel like you're straining. Just a couple more breaths here. Try to really relax through the chest and the upper back. So I just found myself kind of tightening to try to stretch my fingers farther. I want to back off a little bit so that I'm not tensing. And then gently begin to release those hands and just let them reach out into a T position. So arms in a T position, bring those feet up onto the ground, knees towards the ceiling. Step the feet out a little bit wider than the hips, or if you're lying, long ways on your yoga mat, out to the edge of the yoga mat. And then keeping the head nice and supported, the neck supported, gaze is going to stay up. Just let the knees fall to the left. And my neck is still in that neutral position, gaze at the ceiling. And just a mild spinal twist here. I'm not trying to take it super deep at this point. And a little bit of hip flexor quad opening of that right leg. A little bit of twisting through the lumbar spine. Really try to just let your neck, your shoulders be at ease. Mild stretches. Notice your breathing. Checking in to see if it feels strained in any way. Noticing the gentle beat of your heart. You might actually be able to feel it here. And usually if it feels fast or racing or feeling a little anxious, you can really feel it here. Just checking in. Use your breath to slow your heart rate. Relax down through the torso. And on an inhale, just gently bring those knees back up towards the ceiling. Adjust a little bit, check your neck roll, check your glutes. Feet mat widths distance apart, and let your knees fall to the right. Again, we're just letting our head stay in that neutral gaze towards the ceiling. This is actually very good to do for your neck. My chiropractor recommends at least 15 minutes a day. It just helps form and hold the natural curvature of your neck and take away all that forward rounding, flattening. A lot of like stuff going on here, even though we might not feel a whole lot of sensations. We got some gentle twisting through the torso, which helps the organs kind of do their job, helps those digestive organs pass, through what we need, figure out what's waste. And then all the awesome stuff that's going on in the brain by just slowing down, being present in this moment, this time. Again, take an exhale. Trying to release any tension through the chest, the back. And then on your inhale, bring those knees up. So from here, we're going to grab the blanket, or not the blanket, the bolster or the pillow. If you just happen to have a bolster, I know a couple of people have them. That pillow works totally awesome. And you can always stack 2 pillows too. Just, take, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes here just to experiment. Just sliding that pillow underneath the low back, the sacral area. And maybe sliding it up or down, just see what feels best to you. And this is going to give a little more support as we bring our knees into our chest. Now, when you lift the knees into the chest, if you feel like you need to get rid of the neck roll, you can, but it's still great to keep it here as well. All right, take those knees and just hug them in here. Just a couple of breaths right here. And then flex the feet, lifting, finding the bottom of the feet into that happy baby. So that pillow is kind of supporting right through the sacrum. So as we lift and pull those knees in, we're actually lifting our sacrum off the ground a little bit. And so by putting the pillow there, it stays nice and supported. And the roll behind your neck really keeps that neck into neutral. So if it is your first time, just like anything, our body has to adjust. It's almost like putting on braces. We're putting on a brace for our neck. And if you've done your 15 minutes here, which is fabulous, if you need to remove it, remove it. Everything feels good, keep it there. Just taking some time right here in happy baby. As always, you can wrap your hands right behind the knees and support there if grabbing onto the feet feels like more than you want. Check out your breathing here. Check in with your hips. Breathing into your hips, trying to let go the tension that might be there. If you want to give it a try, you can just straighten those knees even just a little bit. You can change the position of your hand. So I just have kind of come into grabbing my big toes, but I could even hold my calves or my inner thighs. Giving the body time to lengthen through the inner thigh. Allowing your sacrum, your low back to press down into the pillows. And then slowly bring those knees back in. Drop the left foot to the ground, extend the right leg towards the ceiling. Easily hold the hamstring, soft knee, and roll the ankle. Deep breath to fill the lungs. And a nice sighing exhale. And then work to flex the foot. Pull the toes back towards the shin. Try to press the heel to the ceiling. Not taking this to the point of shaking, just a lengthening. And then slowly let the knee come in, just hug it in to your armpit for a couple of breaths. And release the right foot down to the ground. Taking the left leg, extending it up, just roll the ankle. So yeah, it's always pretty relaxing, but I want you to just think about tonight being even more so. And flexing the foot. Gently lift the heel. Just feel the lengthening down the back of the leg. Don't go so far that you shake. Try to release tension, try not to contract. And release. We'll come into that forward stretch. So now taking the right ankle over the left quad. As you begin to lift that left leg up off the ground, just meet the palm of the hand into the inner thigh. Reach onto the hamstring. As you pull in on the hamstring, press away on that inner thigh with the hand or the elbow. If you can do it with the elbow and interlace your hands behind the left hamstring, feel free. Again, just letting the pillow or the bolster support that low back. On an exhale, just breathing out any tension in the shoulders, the chest, little movement of the jaw. The more you pull in on the hamstring while pushing out on the inner thigh, the deeper that stretch will be. Listen to your body. Few more breaths here. Try not to take any of the tension of pulling on the hamstring into the arms and the shoulders. It's an easy guide. And then gently release that left leg down to the ground. Maybe wiggle your fingers, roll your wrist here. We take a moment to switch sides, readjust pillows. And then left ankle over right quad. Pressing out on that left inner thigh, reach around the back of the right hamstring. And if you can reach it with your elbow, you can interlace those hands. Relax the upper back. And I do apologize if you can hear my children. I told you the quietness was too good to last. My girls are arguing about what time they should leave for school in the morning. They need a little yin in their life. And breathe. Yeah, more breaths here. Fill your lungs, feel your lungs fill up with that inhale. And feel any tension leave with that exhale. It's hard to say feel and fill. And then releasing. Bring the bottoms of the feet down to the ground. Knees up. You readjust your pillow, your hips. And we're going to let the knees fall away. And you might find this is a little bit deeper stretch because you're up on the pillows. So if that doesn't work for you, you can always move that now. And then one more time, we're going to kind of open this chest. So reaching those arms up by your ears, letting the top of the arms rest on that blanket roll, back of the hands, rest on the floor, elbows bent or as straight as you like. So a little combo butterfly and just bringing our way towards that Shavasana. Feel the body rest. Conscious rest. That's where we enter that bit of a twilight zone. Where it's like we just don't even complete thoughts. Maybe a couple words here and there, maybe a color. Maybe a visual scene from somewhere you've been. You feel yourself just almost fall asleep. Not quite. Actually, a little bit better. As always, take as long as you like here. And we'll end the meeting. So there is no hurry. When you are ready to move, especially with that neck roll under your neck, you will want to take a little time to roll to a side. And then take your time coming up from there. Namaste.